Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafting world. My name is Anna. Well guys, in my last design team package from ASC Crafts, I did get this Mente Day by Day paper, and I just thought it was gorgeous, and I still do. And I can't make myself cut it apart. I just can't make myself do it. So what I decided to do was go ahead and make instead of a mini album, which was my original thought, I thought I would go ahead and make a scrap book. So I am going to use my cinch for that instead of the, hidden hinge binding method. I'm going to go ahead and use my cinch. Now, I bought a cinch. It's been a little while and I've never used it, but I thought I would go ahead and make a mini album. Make a scrapbook. It's not going to be real thick because there aren't a whole lot of pages, but I did go ahead and cut out all the elements or all the little cut aparts from the front page that they had all the cut aparts in, and I just love this. But anyway, so I know it's not going to be enough pages to make a sizable scrapbook, but I think it'll be enough. I did also get some papers, and they're in here somewhere. Here they are. I did get some papers from other paper pads that I had that kind of fit the theme, so I will probably incorporate these in there. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 12 by 12 chipboard piece, and I am going to, before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and put my papers down because I don't have to pierce it more than once. And I'm going to cut my 12 by 12 sheets down to 11 7/8. So I'm just taking 1/8 of an inch off on each side. So I'm going to cut my papers down to that, and then I'm going to glue them onto my 12 by 12 sheet that is going to be my actual page. So let me cut these down and then we'll start gluing. Okay guys, so I have cut my pages down to 11 7/8. Now I've already glued this one down because I had actually put it through the cinch, and then I thought about, well, wait, the paper, I didn't want to have it look like this. So I am going to punch it again, but this is the way the papers are going to go down. I've already glued this one just to see if it was going to work, and it'll be just fine. So this one, this is my favorite page, guys. So this one I am going to glue down this way, and we're going to glue all our pages down this way. So let me go ahead and glue this one down with you, and it pains me to put glue on this side. It really, really does. But I am going to glue this one down, and I'm just putting glue around the edge, and then we will glue it down. I know this is off, this side is kind of off for you guys, but it's gonna go down this way. There we go. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? It's gorgeous. Press this down for a minute because I'm going to go ahead and punch the holes in it with you guys. I'm going to do the rest off camera. I want you to see what I'm doing. So this is one of the pages. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. All right. So let me grab my cinch. And this is all I have, guys, from the pages. This is the scraps that I have, which is nothing. That goes actually in the trash. I'm going to cut the holes on this side. Let me grab my cinch, and so my holes are gonna go on this side. First thing I need to do is line this with my little, I forgot what they call it, sliding ruler, or whatever it's called. So I'm gonna put this down right here, butt it up against the back and the side here. And I'm going to punch down or press down on the lever here. And then I'm going to slide this out. And I've already done a test run on this, so I know it's gonna work. And on the second hole, I don't know if you can tell, there's a peg. For those of you that don't have one, there's a peg that you can lock down to hold your paper in place, to make sure your holes are gonna go in the right place. So the second hole is what's gonna go in that peg. So I slide my ruler out and I put my paper in that peg in that second hole, second to the last. Then I pull out my last pin and make sure that it's, you know, butted up against the back there. And then I push down. So, but before I do that, guys, I'm gonna leave this out. Before I do that, I'm just gonna verify that I did that, because I was talking. Yeah, it's the right one. And push down on the peg, lock it in place, make sure it's all the way back, and then push down. So that last peg is not putting that hole in your paper, so that you can have the same, I don't know if you can see it from there, if so you can have the same distance. And pull that peg back up, and then there we go. So let me move this real quick. And then you have even spaces on each side. If I hadn't pulled that peg out, I would have had like half a hole on this side. So it says on the cinch, it does say for you to practice, and I did. So this was my practice sheet. This is where I didn't do the right thing on the peg, you know, put the peg in the right hole. So it left it, I put it on the last hole versus second to the last, and it left a space there. So it's important for you to go ahead and play with it before you actually, you know, put your holes in there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and glue the rest of my paper down, and I'll be back in a little bit because I want to do the cover and the back with you guys, or the cover. Maybe not necessarily the back, but the cover. Okay guys, I have glued all my pages together. This is the back. This is the back of my scrapbook. So I want the holes on this side because this is the inside. Remember I said I wasn't going to have enough paper for all of the pages? Well, all I have left so far are the two cut aparts that I'm going to incorporate, but for the moment I have to set these aside till I, you know, actually figure out what I'm going to do. So this is the back side. So my holes need to go right here. All my pages have been glued and punched. So I am going to show you how easy it is to actually use the cinch on thick chipboard like this. I think this is 52 points or something like that. So this is going to be the back, just because, I mean, I love that page. Anyway, so this is the back. So I want my holes on this side. So I'm gonna flip it over this way. And this is where I punch. So if you're you know, what you're punching is kind of heavy and you try to, you know, push it in there, you could move you could slide your ruler over. So what I've been doing is putting my finger here and making sure it doesn't go over, aligning my paper right there so it's butted up against the back and against this side right here. So that's where I punch down. And it isn't that hard. I just don't want everything shaking off my table, okay? So before you forget, go ahead and pull out this pin, even before you pull out your paper, because I made that mistake for my front cover, and I'll show you what happened. But go ahead and pull out, before you do anything else, pull out that last pin so you don't get that extra half hole on the top. So now this is where we pull out our ruler or sliding ruler. Remember that little peg is going to go in the second hole. And I know it's hard for you to see, but I push this little lever down right here on the side. Push it down. I've already pulled out my peg, and then I just pushed on it to make sure that it's up against the back and it's not leaning one way or the other. And I push down. See why I didn't want to push so hard? Because it, you know, I have a lot of stuff on my table and I want it to all come tumbling down. So this is where we pull the peg back up, pull out our back side, and this is where all our holes are for the actual cinch to grab onto. So I am going to go ahead and show you one more thing on the cinch. So before I do anything else, I push my peg back in because I don't want to start another project and accidentally leave the peg pushed in when it should be out. So to lock my handle down, and we'll be using this again when we you know, put the pages together and cinch them. But I put my handle down, and this little, you know, I forgot what they call it, lock something. This will hold your handle down and lock it down. So another thing that I wanted to show you was on the back side, there's a tray right here. This tray you can pull out and empty once you know, you feel like you need to empty that. So let me show you what happened to the front of my scrapbook, or what I did, because it didn't happen, I did it. So this is the back. So all my pages are glued and punched, and I love that. Look at that. The holes are in there, just they're all aligned. It's hard for you to see, but they're all aligned and they are all in the same position. I love that. Okay, so this is my front. Remember I told you I just love this page. This is the front of my scrapbook. Flip it over, and this also has the, you know, beautiful green. I would have used more of this, but this I got in a package and it only had 2 of each color. That's why I decided to use it for the front and the back. And then the pages are done. I love this page as well. And then flip it over. So hopefully right here I can have more room for pictures because on the other ones that have an actual scene, I don't want to cover too much of it. So on this side, again, pictures on this side. I may just do something small on this side. And then we come to the last page. Again, pictures, and then something right here, I don't know what. But this is where these are going to come into play, and then the cut aparts. So let me show you what I did to the front page. I wanted to see if anybody was going to pick it up before I actually showed you. So don't forget to pull out your peg when you're supposed to, because all the pages came out good. And I wish I had, yeah, I have a white one. So all my pages came out really good, except I forgot to pull out the peg. Let me see if I can, I think you can see it right there. Yep, you can. So it punched out half a hole, okay? And what I did was I took out that little tray, and I found, luckily I had just emptied it, and I found that half circle, and I glued it back down, okay? So yeah, it's hard to see it, especially when you have everything else going on. So, you know, I don't feel so bad about it. Plus it isn't, it's for me, and you know, I'll just get over that. But you know, you can't really see it unless, you know, I point it out. But so that is the piece that goes there. Guys, don't do as I say, not as I do, okay? So now what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it into the cinch and cinch it. That way I know, I don't want to make it too bulky. And before any of you say anything, no, I did not forget a closure. Let me zoom you back out. I did not forget a closure. This is a scrapbook, and it's probably going to go on my coffee table maybe, and it's going to be flat. even if I put it, you know, up on a shelf like that, I just don't feel like it needs a closure. If I, you know, after I embellish it and whatnot, if I feel it like it needs one, I'll figure something out. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and cinch this. That way I work on it and I can see how bulky it's getting. So let me get my cinch back out and put it this way. This has to go up. Okay, so this is my cinch, and this is for oh no, it's part of the plastic. This is a 1-inch cinch strip, or what is it, coil or binding wire? 1-inch binding wire, and it is black. And I just discovered the other day that they have different colors. So anyway, they're not, you know, super strong. So that's why, that was another reason I didn't want to make it too bulky, because these are not, I mean, they feel flimsy. I don't know, but I know this goes, I have to look at it again, but this goes this way, hooked onto the little you know, these little grooves that are here. So I am going to hook these on. There we go. Okay, now I know that, let me do it this way so you can see a little bit better. So the last page, actually, it doesn't go down first. It actually goes down this way, and all your pages are going to go in this way. Okay, and then once you cinch the wires, you pull your paper, your first page back, and that's the back part. So I think, let me go ahead and do this. And I see people do it one by one, and I really should, but you know me, guys, unless it becomes difficult, it's gonna be, well, let me do it the way I'm supposed to. So take it from the bottom, put it in there like that. Okay, take it from the bottom. Okay, so it's working out well so far. This is my cover. And this is the back. The back has to face the front, the actual back cover. This is gonna be on the outside. This is gonna be on the outside of my book. So the outside has to, actually, it has to face the front. Okay, now there we go. You know, before I do that, let me think about this for a second. I could put another page in there, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna leave this right here. Okay, so now we remove it from the little, you know, these little knobs that are right there, and we flip it around this way. I'm trying to let you see what I'm doing. And this is it's a little dial, and apparently they sell different thicknesses for the wire, and this one's a 1-inch, so it is right there on 1 inch. If you have to, I don't remember if you move it, yeah. So if you have to, you know, move it, you just turn the little knob. I don't remember, oh, you push it down and turn. So I'm going to push it down and turn back to the 1 inch, okay? And then you put your wire in there, your cinch, you put it in there, and then you press down as if you were going to make a hole. I'm gonna do it this way, guys, because I want to make sure that I can press down and still get a good cinch. Okay, so there we go. I am putting that right there, making sure my fingers are not under this press right here. I'm just holding it with my fingers up against, you know, just to make sure it butts up against this side right here. Okay, so I'm going to cinch it down. And then I'm going to move it over and I'm going to do it again. Making sure my fingers are not in the way. And then one last time. Alrighty. Now this kind of looks like it's not, I don't know. I'm going to do it again right here. Making sure it is up against the side there. All right, that looks better. Okay guys, now let me move this out of the way. Now we flip this over. Oh, wrong one. We flip this over and this should hide some of the something that they said make it look a little more even, I guess. And there we go, guys. Oh, I love it so far. Look at that. Yes, I do love it. It's the first time I ever do anything with that cinch. And this is the back. Okay, so the back cover hides the little, I guess the little connection right here. And then there we go. Oh. I guess the pages have to come back this way. There you go, guys. So I am going to fold those little pieces in right here and make sure that they don't poke anyone when they're opening the book, and then decide what I'm going to do with these last two pages and how I might add some elements, or you know, add some stuff to this, because I still have, I have some flowers, and I have the Ideology by Tim Holtz frames. I have this beautiful Heartfelt Creations decorative circle frames. So I mean, I have stuff that I can decorate it with. So let me think about that for a second and I will be right back. All right guys, this is what I've decided to do with the first cut apart page. I went ahead and thought, I mean, they're beautiful, just like the paper, and I didn't want to, you know, have a whole bunch of, you know, cut aparts, but so I cut a strip, and this strip is 10 7/8, I think, something like that. So I went ahead and matted it with the black paper or cardstock, and I am going to glue this down right here, and it's going to be a pocket, and I'm going to glue these two cut aparts right on the top. So all I'm going to do is put some glue here and make it into a pocket. That way I know I'm going to put pictures of my husband and me throughout the years. My husband and I have been married for over 40 years. And so yeah, got plenty of pictures. I'm gonna pick the best ones that or my favorite ones. And I am going to fill this. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see that filled. So hopefully y'all, yeah, stone film. I'm going to let the green show through. So I have made a pocket there. That's beautiful, I love that. Okay, so then I'm going to put the cut aparts on the top side, and what I'm going to do with these is cut some pictures that will fit in the center, and yeah, fit in the center, and just, you know, have this as the outline, and then on this one have that marble as the outline. So I'll probably end up making a couple, maybe just one mat. Like I said, I don't want it too thick. So maybe I'll just make like one larger mat for, you know, for a picture to stick in the pocket. Or who knows, maybe I have memorabilia, some cards, you know, somewhere. I have a lot of stuff, guys. So that is going to be it for this page because, like I said, we don't want it too thick. So for this page, I wonder if I could fold it back. I can. Okay, so for this page, what I may do is, so these picture frames, I want these for, I want one of them for this page right here. Let me open these up. So I want one of these. Maybe I'll, I don't know, but I want one of these. It may have to be a small one. Maybe a larger one. You know, for a picture above the sofa. You know how that goes. Or maybe I want one to go this way. Oh, I like this one more. And what I'm going to do with some of these cut aparts is I'm going to put them on foam and have them lifted a little bit. I think I like this one right here. I don't want to cover these because I love those. I don't want to cover this either. So this is probably the way it's going to be for this one. Yeah, I like the bigger one. So this is going to go right here, but I'm going to have to work on this one a little bit because the back is sticky to where the entire back is going to stick down, and I don't want that. At least I think that's what it is. Maybe it's just part of the chipboard. Let's see. Okay, guys, I went ahead and did this page. So I went ahead and put that Tim Holtz frame above the sofa on the wall, and it will hold a 5 1/4 by 3 1/2 picture. And these are parts of the from the cut apart page, or from the ephemera page. Let me fold this over and bring it closer to you. So what I did was pop up some things on some of the cut aparts on foam, and like this leaf right here becomes, I don't know, 2D, 3D. And then the camera, and then this light bulb. So it has more dimension to the page. So that is that page. I'm just so excited about this page. It's gorgeous. So what else am I going to do? Let me open this back up and see what we have done so far. And you know, it's pretty and it's not real bulky, so I like that. So I made a pocket right here with these, and I'm gonna look through my dies and see if I have a flat bow that I can put right there. So I need, on this page, I am probably going to cut something with the decorative circle frames, and I'm not sure yet. So let me think about that one just for a little bit. See what I'm gonna cut it out of. Probably some of that marble paper, or maybe the polka dot that I showed you earlier. And I'm going to make a small, not small, but a thin mat for a picture on that one. So we flip it over, and this is the next page. Again, I'm going to play around with that. Let me see what the next 2 pages are. Pictures, and then this one. Oh my goodness, what do I do with this one? And this is the back. I've already gone ahead and put the back on this one. So let's see. There we go. So I'm gonna put the same bow on this one. So my next page to make, I think, or to work on is probably going to be this one. So I'm gonna fold this back again. I'm gonna die cut some of these and see what they look like. I might use another frame. I may not, I'm not sure. So let me work on it. Let me put together a layout, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is what I decided to do on this page. I took the Heartfelt Creations die, and I cut it, the back part you know, the matte in black. And then I used some of that marble paper that I had in my stash for the top layer. And on this one, it did not have a layer to go behind this one. So what I did was cut this out again and then just cut around the circle to make mats for these right there. And then this one is part of the cut apart page that I had left over. So all I did was cut one of those out and stuck it down right here. And then I may embellish a little bit more because I feel like it needs a little bit more. But for this page, it is finished. So those are the first, second page, and then the third one is already done because I just couldn't wait. So now I need to do something with this page. So once again, I'm going to fold it under, and I am going to work on this page, and I'll let you see what I've done. All right, guys, I have finished the next page. So I used 2 of the frames here at the bottom. I used one of the cut aparts, and I popped it up on some foam so it wouldn't sink in the middle of both frames. And then this is from that cut apart page, and I'm getting down to the wire on that one. And this one lifts up, and I can put more pictures right there. So I'm not going to put a closure on that one. I'm just going to leave it as it is. So let me open this back up. So I need to keep going back and see what I've done. So I did that. I did this. I did these 2. Let me see how bulky that is. No, that's still good. That's still good, guys. Okay, so the next page to decorate is going to be, I might put a piece of Velcro on that one. I don't know. So I need to do these 2 pages. So let me see how I'm going to do those, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I have finished this page, and this one I used a lot of the cut aparts, and I am going to dedicate this page to my husband because he's such an amazing husband. So all of the elements are mostly manly. This will get covered up with a picture, so I'm okay with that. And again, this one, I went ahead and cut that out. This is the Heartfelt Creations die. I went ahead and cut it out with without the background on it. So that is what I did with this page. And actually I went ahead and did the next page as well. So I want to show you that one, which is this next page. And it's real busy. So what I did was I took the cut aparts, you know, the 4x3s or whatever size that is, and I cut them out, and I inked the edges. I inked the edges so that they wouldn't, like, you know, totally get lost on the page. So I added this belly band. I added some of this washi. I've had it for a really long time. And this little band here is magnetic. So when you pick it up, you know, it is magnetic. It's one of the tiny magnets, so it doesn't click very loud, but it does hold down. So I put a cut apart right in the center, and then some of the flowers on the sides, and this just covers the magnet that is on this side of the page of the flap, and it should have been on this side, but then I would have had no way to cover it, so I put it on this side. And then right here I covered the magnet with another cut apart, and these right here flip down this way. Pictures there, so 6 pictures, and then these flip up, so I can do another 6 pictures, so it goes this way. And then if I really wanted to, I could do, you know, another one right here, you know, in the center, if I have one that size. But yeah, so I'm, you know, kind of happy with that page. I kind of like that. So the band holds everything, you know, the flaps down. Okay, so we have gone through those 2 pages. The next 2 are these, and I will tell you, I'm not going to do much. Again, I'm not going to do much to this one. I was thinking about putting a one of the frames on there, one of the Tim Holtz frames, I don't remember which one I was looking at, but you know, I may put one on here. I may not. I may, you know, cut one out. I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I know I'm not going to do a whole lot with this one. And this one again is going to have another layout. I don't know what it is yet, so let me work on that and I'll be back. And we're almost done, guys. It'll just be this page, and then I am going to embellish, you know, with some die cuts. Like I said, I'm going to look through my stash to see if I have a bow, a flat one. If not, I will improvise and I will figure something out. So we're almost done with this, guys. Let me do these pages and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I have finished all the pages, you know, decorating all the pages. And this is all that I have left from the entire pad. I have some cut aparts and one of the, what is it? I don't even know what size this is. 3 by 4s. Anyway, so let me show you how this turned out. So this is the front. What I did to the front was I put a little cluster of flowers right here on this corner, and then a little butterfly right on the wreath, and then I put a little bling piece for the door knocker, and then I put a keyhole on there. That one's attached with E6000, and some flowers that cover up the holes where the screws would go. So that's the front. Here is the inside, the first page. I think you can see it all right there. So this is the first page, the one with the pocket, and I just made me a little folder so I can put pictures in there. And of course, I added the bows on there. I added another butterfly. And on this side, I added this cutout from a die. This one's the one from, it's the Heartfelt Creations die. And then this little cut apart as well. That's that page. And I flip it over, and then here's a picture frame, and then of course the 3D, you know, elements that I put on there. And then on this side, the 2 picture frames, and I did put a piece of Velcro right there so it would stay closed. I did use washi on the sides, and I did glue the washi down. And then this page, of course, I know you had seen the page. This is the decorative die itself, another, you know, cut apart, and then this is the page, the magnetic page, and this is the little cut aparts that go down and up. There'll be a picture under each one of them, and then this will hold it closed. Okay, and the next page. On the next page, I didn't do anything to this, guys. I didn't do anything, okay? I just didn't do anything. But for this page, I went ahead and did 2 more of the decorative circle frames, and then 2 smaller frames. With all my frames have acetate on the front. And you know what? I forgot to insert the card with the size for the picture. Okay, and then I put some, one of the cut apart flower clusters right there. And then on the last page, I went ahead and put the last frame on there. Put the little cell phone, little books with the glasses on the top, and then this is the layout for pictures. And then on the last page, put the bow in the center. I made another little map for pictures, and that's it. And the back is plain. Oh, I forgot. It closes this way. Okay, and the back is plain, guys. I just love that. I didn't do anything to the back. Nothing. So there it is. That's how it turned out. It was a lot of fun, actually. I'm going to see if I can make some smaller ones, just to see what it's like to make a smaller one, and you know what it looks like, because you know our smaller ones are kind of chunky. But anyway, guys, that is my tutorial for today. And you can find all your crafting supplies at ASC Crafts, and they have amazing deals, and their shipping is really good. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to use the coupon code. I will talk to everyone later. Have a great day.